Was it? Were you always a bass player and you always a drummer, or how did that work?
No, we both kind of got started really late. I didn't start playing until I was 18. I was more of an athlete and I hurt myself playing sports, and ended up taking up the drums as a way to fill the downtime while I was injured. And then Ed?
Yeah, I probably started playing bass when I was around 17 or 18 as well. I mean, we're 4.5 years apart, so that was a while after he started playing music. I think we were always into music, but we hadn't really like played so much, and I pretty much started playing bass when the band started. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So lucky shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, you got in this band, which got pretty successful in a few years.
Yeah.
And yeah, when did you have a moment that you made a click for? All right, now I'm gonna be a musician, or?
No, I mean, when we started the band, the whole purpose of us getting together to play music was just to have something to do after school or after work. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna get signed and we're gonna have a song on the radio and we're gonna tour and we're gonna do this and that. It was like, let's just do this and have fun and see what happens. And things just kind of grew slowly, like organically at home. Hometown shows kept getting bigger and bigger. Put out some demos and sold them to our friends who told their friends about it, and it just kind of grew slowly. And but I don't think any of us thought that we'd ever be a band for 10 years, or we get signed and tour, and it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, and having an album in the American Top 20. Your latest album was Top 20, was it?
I think maybe.
I saw it here.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Maybe for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it did good, I think.
Yeah, it did all right.
Good?
Yeah, it did all right.
Yeah, I was wondering. It sounds like a pretty well, say pretentious thing, like a concept album. Is it?
Yeah.
How did that get started?
It actually spawned from the last record we did, Visu. When we were writing that, we roughly wrote it like with the concept of the ocean in mind. And
why that? Any idea?
Just so when you're writing, you have like images to like think about, or like to help create mood and stuff like that. And the ocean could be like dark or heavy or, you know, serene or whatever. And that felt really cool, and it seemed like a good way to like help ideas come out and create this thing that's cohesive. And then I think while we were on tour on Visu, Dustin had this idea. He like woke up and he was like, we should do something like a concept to the elements, so we can create all these ideas, because we all write music and we have all these ideas that we make that sound all over the place. It's, I mean, acoustic songs or electronic songs or things that are really ambient and things that are heavy, and the elements just seemed like a perfect way to showcase that and kind of spread all that stuff apart.
Yeah.
And
so can you give an example? How did you get the songs? When was a song like Earth and when a song like Air? Or something?
An Earth song would be using like acoustic instruments, a lot more stripped down, and kind of, I mean, it ended up being a lot of the Earth stuff was like bluesy and blues and jazz elements to it. And then the Water record was all electronic, a lot of like sequencing and using like programs like Reason and electric keyboards and stuff like that, electric drums. The Air stuff was, for the most part, had like a ambient vibe, lots of delays on guitars, and then the Fire stuff was heavier stuff, maybe more towards what we had done in the past, but we tried to make it new. So I think a lot of the Fire stuff is different maybe than we've done in the past, but it's heavy like we've done music in the past.
Yeah.